Yep. Well, it's not going to surprise you to hear that when white supremacists show their hideous mugs to the decent people of Earth, when they crawl out of from under their rocks and logs, or from whatever den of evil they exist in, the folks they tend to come out in support of are Republicans. And there's really only two kinds of Republicans. There's only one distinction worth making: the kind that will outwardly, openly, and full-throatedly denounce white supremacists, and the kind that will not. Here's MSNBC.
While national headlines about political dysfunction in Tennessee have focused on the state's Republicans ousting two black lawmakers in April, Justin Jones and Justin J. Pearson, both of whom later won those seats back, a smaller and even more bizarre story has largely flown under the radar. And this week, that story went from bizarre to sinister. This is all happening in Franklin, Tennessee, the county seat of Williamson County, just south of Nashville. It's home to some of
Let's talk local politics for a second. What is a county seat? It's like the capital of the county. Just important to know that this is happening in an important town as far as that county is concerned.
Nashville area's nicest neighborhoods.
A politically important town.
This is Gabrielle Hanson. She's an alderman in Franklin, Tennessee, who is running for mayor against the incumbent mayor, and they're both Republicans. The election is later this month, October 20.
Just want to remind you, she's been on this very show recently. This person is filth and cannot be allowed to be the mayor of that town. If you are in Tennessee, and I know some of you are, do consider volunteering for whatever campaign is necessary. God help me, including the Republican campaign. To not have her around. It's a Republican versus Republican race. But consider this: if you join up with the slightly less nefarious devil in that race, you will get an intimate understanding of what their local strategy is. And you will take that information back to the wicked community, and we will use that in 2024.
24th. Early voting is already happening. Gabrielle Hanson is a MAGA-loving candidate who's found herself in controversy after controversy, largely thanks to one dogged journalist, the veteran investigative reporter Phil Williams. Gabrielle Hanson supporters haven't taken kindly to that, and late last month, local police were forced to get involved when her supporters tried to block Phil Williams from getting inside to cover a candidate's forum. There was another forum this week, and this time, Phil didn't find her supporters at the door. He found some members of a local white supremacist group called the Tennessee Active Club. Here's a portion of his report from WTVF TV.
Someone said you were here making a statement. I don't know what that statement is.
No, we're not making a statement. We're here for Gabrielle Hanson's statement.
You are?
Yeah.
White supremacists protecting a candidate who has made fighting LGBTQ pride events a focus of her campaign for mayor. Some were not too eager for their identities to be known.
We're just making sure everything goes well.
Okay. And are you concerned about things not going well?
Now hold on. Look at this punk with his little baklava. I can't even say it. His dumb little mask. His skiing mask. Oh, they got their arms folded. Oh, they're wearing baseball caps. These must be some tough boys, huh? No. This kind of filth cannot be permitted. So the question is, if you have a politician who allows these people to be associated with them, what do you do? Because you can't just walk up to these dingbats and clobber them. It does that accomplishes nothing. If it did, I would recommend we do, but it doesn't. It simply doesn't. So what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to contact the party that is associated with this politician and ask them why they are still associated. However, let's give her a chance. Maybe these people truly just listened to the hateful rhetoric she puts on and decided that they like her. In fact, that is what happened on their end. But maybe she has no idea that they are even there. So let's find out.
Well,
It's a possibility, and we're just here to protect Gabrielle.
you're here to protect her.
Yes.
I hear you're all here for Gabrielle.
Yes, sir.
So what's the purpose?
We're just here to show her some support, that's all.
The man on the left is Sean Kaufman, who has been described by the Stop Anti-Semitism watchdog group as, quote, a disturbed neo-Nazi and Holocaust denier with a documented history of violence and a massive cache of firearms.
There's him giving the old Sieg Heil. He is a neo-Nazi. He denies that the Holocaust happened. You do not need more than that to disavow this person. You should, in fact, disavow this person. And I want to be clear. They're not there to protect her. They're there to make it known that this person has muscle for their violent rhetoric.
Gabrielle's a friend of mine, and she's had some credible threats against her. So
A friend
I'm
of the
just,
Nazi fuck.
posted up out here.
Show her some support.
Then there's Brad Lewis. He's the operator of the Lewis Country Store on the far west side of Nashville, a store known for its extreme right-wing messaging. When the store recently went on the market, Gabrielle Hanson was the real estate agent who got the listing. A recent investigation by the Southern Poverty Law Center revealed how the second floor of the store was being used as a white nationalist fight club. Lewis responded in a post on Telegram calling.
So, to be clear, in his own words, he is an actual, literal Nazi. Where's my scalping knife? Anywho, the point is, she sold property for Nazis. In other words, she is in business with Nazis. They call her their friend. Judge this book by its cover. Because if there's nudity and gore on the cover, it ain't for kids. And I'll tell you, this ain't for politics.
Himself an actual literal Nazi. Hanson and a hired security guy, no connection to the active club.
There
were
she
joined
is
by
walking
Sean
with him.
Kaufman, the Nazi saluting figure who apparently heads the Tennessee Active Club, which made us wonder, why would she be associating with such figures?
Ms. Hanson, the people you're with have described themselves as literal Nazis. Is this the type of people you should be associating with?
Let's have a look at those two that are trying to scramble away from the camera right now. This is part of what dealing with these punks is going to entail. You see that lady happily sitting down next to the Nazi? I don't care if they're assigned seats. You say, assign me a seat far the hell away from this pro-Nazi filth. That's what you say if you find you're sitting next to Gabrielle Hanson. That's what you say. She's trying to scramble away because she knows it looks bad.
Literal Nazis. Is this the type of people you should be associating
Oh,
with?
you're embarrassed now. Oh, it's so embarrassing. Oh, we're being caught on camera supporting the things we support, which we know are despicable.
Excuse me,
They have said they're literal
Oh, excuse me,
Nazis.
got to get out of here. Oh, I don't want to be
She-
known. Oh, never
she
mind.
is
Look at
here
that.
with people who have described
they're
themselves as
flanking her.
Nazis. Is that appropriate for?
Okay, even better. Every one of those bastards, make a note of them. If you live in their area, make a note of them. All those devils surrounding this person, make a note of them. If they poke their snoots into a school board, into a board of commissioners race, if they show up anywhere, stomp it out. Make it crystal clear to all of the voters what they would be supporting. If they are pro-Nazi, make sure that they have to say it.
Someone who wants to be the mayor of Franklin.
Those were questions her supporters didn't want us asking.
Now, after the appearance of literal Nazis and white supremacists at Monday's forum, Franklin's board of mayor and aldermen released a statement denouncing what happened. They also stated that the board will not, quote, tolerate any form of hatred, intimidation, or violence directed at our residents, media representatives, or anyone else attending or participating in the democratic process, end quote. Every member of the board signed on to that statement except, you guessed it. The statement ended with the names of the current Franklin board, including Hanson's opponent in the mayoral race, the incumbent Ken Moore. She wasn't listed. What did Gabrielle Hanson do instead? Well, she put out a statement on social media saying that she didn't hire the literal Nazis and white supremacists. Hire them? No one had suggested that she hired them.
I do wonder. And we have no proof that she hired them. But it's not a question of where should your finances go. It's a question of who will you allow in your premise, in your presence. What can you do about actual Nazis showing up in your backyard? Actual, literal, their words, Nazis showing up in your backyard. Don't worry. There's plenty you can do. Ask the Tennessee GOP, a.k.a. the Tennessee Republican Party, why Gabrielle Hanson is allowed to run as a Republican. I've put their email in there if you want to email them, although you should know you will receive spam from them until you unsubscribe because Republicans are scum. Or you can call them at 615-269-4260 and simply ask them, why is Hanson allowed to run as a Republican? Because she shouldn't be. If the Republicans aren't pro-Nazi, then they should not allow a pro-Nazi candidate, and that is that.